I don't know how to start this. Well, welcome back. We're doing it. We're doing it in isolation. I've got GB and I've got Ryan Kitto here with me. Say hi, guys.
Oh yeah.
Hey Nathan.
Obviously, we're doing this by Zoom, so audio might be crap at times, but we'll just roll through and just roll with it and see how we go. Eh? All right.
See how we go. It might be a bit of a boring one because we got Kitto on.
Yeah,
He's not
true.
got much about him. So we see how we go.
Hurry up.
GB, where are you at the moment?
I'm back home in Sydney, just chilling
Central
out with
Coast.
family and stuff, or Central Coast, as all the boys like to point out.
Got a plasma behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a massive one, eh?
Yeah.
One of those old school ones. They got the DVD player on the bottom of it and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that one of those ones that, like, you know, when you used to be at school and the teacher used to roll in that big TV?
Yeah. It's like one of those ones, except this one's like half the size of those.
Yeah. Anyway, more importantly, not about GB today. It's about the big man, Ryan Kitto. How you going, bro?
It's great, mate. I'm very well. Living life. Living the dream down south.
Yeah, down south. I'm surprised you get connection down there.
Yeah, we haven't got long, so make it quick.
It'll cut out every 5 minutes.
What have you guys been up to in isolation? What's happening?
Me?
Yeah,
Me?
go,
Oh,
kid.
well, the happiest person out of this whole, saga is Matilda the dog. You know, we've been hanging out a lot, going for walks, doing things, going to the beach. Apart from that, I've just been the housewife, to be honest, because obviously my girlfriend Emily's still working with being a teacher, so I've just been the cleaning lady, I guess.
GB, what are you up to?
Is she still going into school at the moment?
Well, she's on holidays for the last 2 weeks, but she'll be going back in as of Monday.
But with no kids in the class, or are they still
I
doing
think
kids?
I think they're doing kids, so.
I don't think reception can do external, GB.
I mean, I can get her on if you want to ask her, George, but I thought this was about me. But...
All right, no worries. I won't ask any more personal questions. Let's move on.
GB, what are you up to, man?
Honestly, just trying to get through it. I've started a little TAFE course to keep me busy, and then just trying to keep fit and doing bits and bobs. I've taken up a bit of golf.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, I have. My old man's really into it, so we've been playing, but I had an absolute stinker yesterday. I was so embarrassed.
What'd you do?
Well, I play golf, but it was one of those times where like there's heaps of people playing. So on some holes, like when it's a par 3, the guys that have just shot will call you through to like hit your shot into the green.
Yeah.
So it like keeps the flow, because then there were people behind us as well. So I had like I reckon like 8 people watching my shot, man. And there's a bit of water at the front. Hit it straight into the water. So I got to tee up again. Teed up again. The next one skewed about 40 meters right. I was just like, oh my God. And I picked up my golf clubs and got out of there as quick as I could.
Yeah. I think that's the worst thing in the world, especially when you're like teeing off and there's someone right there and they're just sitting there watching you. I think
it sucks. It sucks.
Coming from a guy that's played golf like 5 times, I'm stinking.
Yeah.
Are you any good though, at least? Have you got the techers?
I reckon I hit like one good shot and then one like absolute terrible shot. So I'm there at the moment.
Oh, all right. That's all right.
It's not too bad.
I'll give an update on how I'm going. Basically, I'm doing my rehab at the moment for people listening, not necessarily you guys, because you kind of know. I'm in a phase during my rehab now, my ACL rehab, where I'm building strength, getting ready to run. So I'm doing a lot of squats, RDLs. A lot of people asking what I'm doing and stuff like that. So basically, yeah, that's what I'm at the moment. I'm starting to hop a little bit, so which is cool. And then, yeah, hopefully in a month or so we'll be running. Then and
he'll be back.
Then I'll be flying, mate.
You'll be flying, mate. You'll be running fucking 15 Ks every day.
Yeah, yeah, I know. That's what I'm not looking forward to. Those running sessions we used to do with Marco, and I reckon Django's just got him in his back pocket, just ready to throw them all out of it. Yeah. Absolute shocking. Yeah. All right, kids. You talked about Matilda. We've had this like running thing with the podcast where like we're kind of like ranking the dogs on like who's the toughest, who's the weakest. Bentley's at the bottom. Rudolph's the king. And then Jazz is probably in the middle, you'd say, GB?
Jazz, yeah, she just throws her weight around. She's not really scared of anyone, but she can't do any damage.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
So
there was
middle, I
Rudolph.
would
There was
say.
Rudolph for a little. What do you call it? Murph for a little bit, but R.I.P.
Oh,
And then now, so there's a new addition to the crew, Matilda, obviously, but obviously I've got my own little puppy Coco, who will be able to throw her weight around a little bit. But Kits, where do you reckon Matilda ranks?
I've just finished therapy after I introduced her to Rudolph once. George made the trip down south, and we thought, we're taking to the beach, and we barely got out the backyard. Let's just say Rudolph thought Matilda was a teddy bear, and it was interesting. But so I don't think she's the toughest cookie in the shed, and she's probably the biggest sook. So she's probably matched around Bentleys, I reckon.
I reckon that, but Matilda does that thing where if she someone gets in her grill, she can attack. Like, she's pretty vicious. Like,
yeah, well, that's what I thought it was going to be like with Rudolph. And I thought Rudolph would just back off, but Rudolph just seemed to find it fun. Just started punching her in the face and that. It was really weird.
So Rudolph's still number one.
It's got to be Rudolph, yeah.
Now, well, Coco now is coming into it, and she's in training. I've got her doing a training regime, and tonight I might be seeing Kits, and we might be able to see where she ranks in the power rankings. But
start low.
That'll be very interesting to see.
Coco and Matilda will be a good fight, I reckon.
Yeah. Coco's a maniac. She's an absolute maniac.
How old is she now?
Should be 14 weeks now. So yeah, she's getting a little bit bigger. I can go get her if you want.
That's right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Tell us a bit about how you made your journey to Adelaide United and what your childhood clubs were back in Adelaide.
Yeah. So I grew up down in McLaren Vale, which everyone knows is a nice wine region, and my parents didn't really know much about soccer. So when I wanted to play soccer at 5 years old or football, they were a little bit confused. But so got into the game through friends. So played at the local club in McLaren Districts. Also played some footy and cricket along the way. And then from McLaren Districts, I went to Seaford Soccer Club. And then from there went to Cumberland. Then got to play in some state teams and representative teams in the South Australian Sports Institute. And from there, then went to Bacala, and Bacala was my home for a good period of time in the senior setup. I really enjoyed it. I tried out for the youth team a few times and saw NATO out there, and then saw NATO for about 2 sessions, and then went back to Bacala. So that was nice. And then it was third time lucky. I managed to get in my last year at the youth team and play a year there. And I was lucky enough to start training with the first team at Adelaide, and played a few games, but unfortunately things didn't really go my way. So I didn't get that contract I wanted. So I went back to Bacala, played another year there, and was lucky enough to get picked up by the Newcastle Jets on an injury replacement for a season, and really enjoyed my time there in the football. And then Adelaide asked me to come home, and been here for the last 4 or 5 years now, and couldn't be happier.
Yeah, nice, mate. So you mentioned
couldn't be happier. No,
I could be happier, but
have you got a lag in your sound or something, though?
Me?
That was about 10 seconds too late. That
was it?
Yeah.
Well, no, because I was looking at my printer. It's making heaps of noise, and I wanted to shut up. Kits, you mentioned a little stint at Newcastle. Interestingly enough, was there an incident where you maybe knocked someone out while you're at Newcastle, potentially?
Knock someone out at Newcastle?
It was during a game.
Nah. Oh, yeah, there was. The F3 derby heats up. And, Izzo was venturing off his line. I don't know where he was.
Paint the picture for us, kids.
Yeah,
packed crowd down at Blue Tongue, was it? It might have been last game of the season.
It was a packed crowd down at Blue Tongue. I think there was 4,000 or 5,000 there. But to be fair, the Jets fans were actually very noisy that day and made it a good atmosphere. But we had the brass band behind the Central Coast goals, which where Izzo was standing in. They were playing away their little tune, and it was 40 seconds in, and Kanarowski's pinged the ball in behind their fullback. I think it was Ashcroft was playing right back, so he's usually a centre back. So they pinged it in over his head, and I didn't really think I was going to get there, and I started running and then realized I was going to get there, and then I looked up and I saw Izzo steaming the other way.
And we're talking like by the sideline, by the way.
I'm on the sideline. I'm like, what is he doing? And I've literally just tried to get a touch, and in the process, obviously, braced my body, and my elbow's gone through and clocked him. And I've got the ball. I crossed it. We scored and gone off and celebrated, and then turned around and saw Izzo lying flat like a log. And I was like, oh no. And yeah, that was the last bit he played in that game. What do you do?
That's funny, man. It's funny as well that Izzo, because he walks, let's be honest, he walks around like he runs the joint at Adelaide. And if you're knocking him out, if you are knocking him out, he cannot be doing that. Really?
What do you mean? Well, I don't get what you mean by that, George.
Well, the bottom of the pecking order. Like, you're at the bottom, and then you've just gone and knocked Izzo out, and he thinks he's at the top, but it never gets brought up. I think you need to bring that up a bit more, mate.
Yeah, maybe. But, George, you think I'm at the bottom of the pecking order. That's more the concern here, mate.
Who would you say is at the bottom of the pecking order?
Probably Isaac.
At the bottom.
I'm joking, obviously.
Cut that bit, Nate.
Yeah, I'm definitely cutting that. Otherwise, you're a kiddo. Someone just tap him on his shoulder. Isaac will be there.
Obviously, Isaac's the top dog. The bottom of the pecking order, or I don't know, probably.
It'd be Louis Dorigo or something.
Yeah, Louis Dorigo would have to be. He would have to be.
He'd have to be there.
Yeah. Because picture the last person you want Isaac to roll with. It's definitely Louis Dorigo. Probably wouldn't come out alive.
No, he wouldn't.
Down south. You live down south. Beautiful part of the world, as you'd say.
Yeah. Beautiful part of the world.
Give me some
beautiful
top three
part
sites.
of the world, but just a little bit too far from the training ground, apparently. But that's all right.
Yeah.
We'll get into that, mate. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. Top three sites. Give them to me. I know what one of them's going to be.
Top three sites. Port Elliot Bakery.
Yeah, there it is.
just a must, especially if you
Shout
follow
out.
them.
Surely you get a couple of free pies after
Follow
that.
them on Instagram and keep an eye on the donut of the month. Definitely worth the drive down there. And then, chill along the beach, Horseshoe Bay. Then you can drive down to Middleton, go around Goolwa, do a bit of a loop. I recommend that. Obviously, nice walks down there with Granite Island. Highly recommend heading down there. Obviously, close to home, McLarenville. Everyone likes going there. There's, a lot of wineries, breweries, beautiful restaurants. So,
all right, man. Nice.
Recommend that. Do you want me to plug any specific restaurants?
Yeah, at this rate, you're going to be talking for the whole half an hour.
Are you sure you mean restaurants? Do you mean plural, or is there maybe like one or two restaurants that are decent down there?
I think there's multiple.
Is fire.
And then obviously the beaches down south are unbelievable. Everyone raves on about your Henley and your Grange, but nothing beats down south.
Yeah, the beaches are the best down south.
Just beautiful. Sure. They're more untouched, I guess, and it's just nicer sand, nicer water. You can drive on the beach. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Where was that time when you went swimming? And you were
that was Port Elliot, yeah.
Oh, that was Port Elliot. Do you want to tell that story? Yeah,
risk life and limb. So my girlfriend's brother is a surf lifesaver, and he's a strong swimmer. And we're down at Horseshoe Bay for anyone who knows it. And we started at jetty, and there's like a little, what do you call it, floating thing in the water.
Yeah, it's like a little platform in the water.
Yeah. So we're like, oh yeah, let's swim out to that. And I was like, it's actually my idea. So we started swimming out, but instead of going in a straight line, we got on a diag. And I'm like, I've got halfway, and I've turned to him and I've looked up and seen I've still got a long way to go. And I'm like, man, just letting you know, like, I'm struggling here. He's like, oh, okay. Like, sort of kept going, like literally, like I would started with my head out of the water swimming. By the end of it, my head was in the water, and I was just like freestyling and then popping up to see how far I had to go. Like proper struggle streak. Wasn't quite survival stroke, but it was pretty close. And I've got to the platform, and there's like kids on there jumping, and I've just wiped them off. I'm like, get off. I need to hold on to this thing. Otherwise I'm going to die. So yeah, it wasn't my finest moment. And I realized I'm not a very good swimmer, but it was was a memory nonetheless.
I didn't realize how good some people are at swimming. When I was doing like my rehab and I was doing swimming, and I'd do like 6 laps, and I'm like blowing out of my ass, and then these people are just going for
Cruising. Yeah, it's so
Cruising.
different.
It's so weird.
Completely different. Yeah, I think similar when George and Nicola like swim. When you watch them both swim, Nicola's just so natural, and then George is struggling. I think that highlights the difference in ability levels. But
Nicola is faster.
Ask Cassini about a swimming race we had. And you think Cassini, he's got the body for a swimmer. I literally left him in the dust. I reckon I overlapped him and it was just to the other side and back. So don't worry about me in swimming.
All right. Take it.
Well, did you go fish your ball out of the dam then when you hit it in yesterday, or
What dam?
cricket, bro? In golf. When you put the ball in, you're such a good swimmer.
No, I went to the bottom, mate. It was long gone. That would have been too embarrassing.
Fair enough.
Long gone. So down south as well, kids. We've heard, because we don't spend too much time down there, it's a bit, you know. So we've heard that there are some. How are the people down there? There's some interesting characters.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable people down this way. Let's just say I'm well accustomed for Elizabeth Training Centre, but you get all sorts. But it's definitely people that try to compare the north to the south can just stop talking because it's completely different. Completely different. I don't know what
exactly, man. I know the north is decent. I've never heard of anyone getting rocks chucked at their cars in the north.
Oh, that's just a bit of fun on the Southern Expressway, man. You know, there was a period in time there, about 6 months, where rocks were getting thrown, but you just had to drive a little bit quicker, I guess.
Who was that? Your next door neighbours?
Bit of game of cat and mouse. Nah, my little cousins, but nah.
Yeah, nice.
There's good people down here, man. You get your mixed bag, but you know.
In all seriousness, I've been your way a few times. It's unreal. The beaches, especially, like you said, are really nice. I think it'll blow up in the next few years, I think.
But I don't know. Do you reckon people fully understand how far you drive to training every day? Like, people that don't know you, like, can you, like, give us a rough, like, people wouldn't understand, would they? Like,
do you want me to talk about my journey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just tell us how long you drive every single day to get to training.
Oh, well, it's probably about an hour and 15 minutes.
And that's not to go to work. That's to, like, go run around. And put your body through the ringer.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do it, honestly.
It is. It's, obviously, I have the pleasure of stopping halfway and meeting with GB, and by the time I get to his house, I've already been, in the car for 40 minutes, so I'm a bit chirpy. George hops in the car, and he just doesn't want to bar me. So I'm surprised we've lasted this long. But
I don't think we'll last much longer if we go back, mate.
Yeah, true.
You miss me, don't lie.
There's a couple of. Some people don't like you driving that far, do they?
Nah, there was a little incident.
Been a few rumours.
It's quite funny. I was playing a game in Brisbane, and I copped a corky in Brisbane, bad, kept playing for another like 15, 20 minutes, then had to hop on a plane. So hopped on a plane, came home, and then had to try and train the next day. So I trained the next day, and then when people realised that I actually couldn't move, they thought, oh, maybe you should just do, a bike session or something. And obviously by then it was too late, but apparently it was the drive from training to my house that
push on the accelerator will get
you. Didn't allow the corky to recover, but obviously I was doing a couple of high knees and hitting into the steering wheel, but there you go.
Kit's studying to be a PE teacher. Is that true?
Yes, and thank goodness in times like this, Nathan. I really love it. And honestly, like, if I didn't get that opportunity in Newcastle, I'd happily be doing that and still playing at NPL and be really happy, because I do have a real passion for it and enjoy it. And I've got a little bit of time to go, but I'm trying to knock those courses in the head. And by the time I finish, hopefully all I have to do is do my placements, and then it'll be full steam ahead. But Mr. Kitto, look out.
Mr. Kitto. Imagine if I was a teacher.
Mr. K.
Kids, how would you deal with like a kid that's just like a real troublemaker? Like, how would you deal with them?
How would I deal with them? Well, obviously, like, I want to do PE, so you generally those kids that I guess want to be troublemakers get around the sport. But to be honest, I sort of just take the approach of like, it's their loss if they don't want to apply themselves.
Yeah, true.
So if they want to choose to do what they want to do, then go for it. It's not changing my day.
So you're not going to be a hard ass.
So you're not going to be that guy, that hard teacher.
Well, it depends if they get the Kitto red mist or not, but
I
would say they're probably not gonna.
I've seen a few referees get that one, the Kitto red mist.
Yeah, oh mate, I've seen plenty of people get it.
Yeah.
I seem to remember an assistant coach coughing the brunt of it a couple of years ago.
Not good.
Kitto red mist. Anyway, we'll move on from that. We won't go too much into that. So, Kitto, apart from football, what would be your favourite sport to teach?
Honestly, like, I really enjoy like your badmintons and your table tennis and stuff like that. Things I don't normally do. I know that sounds weird, but I just get around it. I suppose I find it easier to teach because I've had to teach myself on how to play those games, whereas I suppose something like football comes a bit more naturally to me. So I actually sometimes find it difficult to break those skills down. So I like teaching those more unique sports where I've had to teach myself because I find it actually quite easier.
It's fun slapping the shuttlecock around too.
It is fun. I'd love to see GB chasing it around the court.
Oh, mate, I'd kill it, I reckon. Anyway, would volleyball fall into that category?
Volleyball. Well, let's just say I'm actually a half decent volleyball player and I quite enjoy it, but clearly my level of communication isn't good enough.
Do you want to give us a bit more insight into that?
Yeah, I can. So obviously in the Marco era, we had Philip as our assistant coach and we had a bye week and we went to City Beach volleyball. So obviously the outdoor beach volleyball courts there, and we randomly drew who we were in a team with, and I was in a team with Mickey Maroney and Philippa. And I was like, oh no, like it's good, but like it's just gone from fun to serious instantly because we know Philip's going to want to win. And we've gone through undefeated, but along the way when we got to the final, he just had a crack at me for not communicating. So pretty much he went for a ball that he shouldn't have gone for, and I'm in a position to dig the ball out. And he's stuffed it up and he's had a good crack for me not calling him out of the shot. But we all know if I called him out of the shot, I never would have heard the end of it.
Yeah, true.
To paint the picture, this was like everyone was taking the piss this day.
Yeah.
It was a completely like fun day. Like no one is taking it serious.
No.
And in the corner blasted. You got Kitto getting absolutely blasted.
He's getting roasted.
The best thing was that weekend we played away in Central Coast. And before the game, he's come up to me and he said, Kitto, he's like, make sure you communicate better today. Not like you did in beach volleyball. And I'm just like, oh, no. So if I scored a goal that day, I was going to do a little beach volleyball celebration. But that was the game that I got moved to left back. And, yeah, I've never been near the goal since.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so true. You enjoy it there, though, left back. You like it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Let's just stop there. Otherwise, Nathan's going to have to cut more.
GB, can I ask the next one, mate?
Yeah, so, Kitto, everyone knows you love a bit of fashion.
I'm wearing my Kmart t-shirt right now, man.
It's straight off the sailing boat.
I got my free hat from Dimmy Paha.
Oh, mate. You just breathe fashion icon. Whenever I look at you, I think you're right. Fashionable, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, is there any... I know that's a lovely little sort of flat cap / normal cap thing you got going on there that you seem to rock up with a fair bit, the training.
Yeah, thanks.
Everyone really, really loves those kind of hats. Anyway, is there a particular hat that you've worn before to training that sticks out as being your favourite or
obviously.
Like that?
Yeah, there was once that I wore something that was, is a little bit flatter across the cap, let's say. And never heard the end of it. So
yeah, but what was it made of? So
I don't know what it was made out of. I can go grab it. Yeah.
Oh well, I seem to remember you wore a flat cap into training that was made completely out of leather. It was like you had stolen a bikie's coat and made it into a hat. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. And did you like it?
Oh mate. I wouldn't have been seen dead wearing that.
All I know,
Not even
all I
joking.
remember is Kitto walked into the change room. Everyone was just like,
What?
I just like to, drop bombshells every now and again, just keep everyone on their toes.
It was one of those things that was so bad that people were like, oh, maybe we shouldn't bring it up.
Yeah, which is...
Kiddo's gone to a new
actually
low.
like
He's worn a leather hat. Let's not go too hard on him.
it's like that time when Maria just rocked up in that full fluoro tracksuit and everyone's
Oh,
like, did we
I know,
say
it's
something or what?
Yeah, probably not. He must be going through some stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I quite like it, and I still like it, and I look
But
forward to wearing it when we're back together.
You do like it? Because I've only seen you wear that hat that one day. I've never seen you wear it apart from that.
It's like you
I
got
still
bullied
got
out
it.
of
Don't worry, mate. I
Yeah,
still
you've
got it. Don't worry.
But yeah, we'll see.
I'll
We'll
wear
see
it
if you
first
wear
day back when we get out of this isolation. I'll wear it for you.
All right, perfect.
Oh,
Perfect.
Can't wait.
Also, kiddo, you're a bit of a fisher, eh? Love a fish?
Cast the line.
Yeah, love the fish, mate.
Yeah. You got a boat down south that you head out with your old man and stuff?
Yeah, we do. I suppose it's a bit like your golf is my fishing. Not the greatest at it. You're trying to sort of talk your game up. I'm not going to try and talk my fishing game up. I sort of just go out for a bit of fun.
I'm bad at golf, man. Don't worry about that.
Me and my old man head out and have a bit of fun and feed the fish and then go home.
Where's the secret spot? Where's the spot?
Right. I obviously can't give that away, Nathan, but
sorry.
I can give you a little fishing tip, I guess. But my recommendation is always make sure you fish on high tide. So 2 hours either side, that's the key for me.
Nice.
That's what I'm going to give you. After that, it's up to you to find your spots. Trial and error, mate.
You mentioned that you're not like a great fisherman though, but there's been a couple of times where your fishing has caught the media's eye, hasn't it?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. I think the media love to look at you as the fisherman.
Yeah.
Nice interview you did.
Yeah,
I did an interview on Glenelg Jetty in the middle of day on low tide, so I was never going to catch anything. And apparently, they wanted to do it around my fishing because clearly my football's not good enough. But hey, bit of free gear would be nice. So if you can shout out for me, Nato, that'd be nice, man.
Yeah, no worries.
What's the fishing company?
Shimano.
Yeah, shout them out. Shout them out.
Nato, do it for me.
All right, we'll do. All right, we'll get them. I'm sure we've got so many sponsors coming. Like, I have to palm them away. So I'm sure they'll come running. But yeah. So Kits, I know you love a bargain.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Absolutely loves a bargain. Wouldn't shout in a shark attack. No, he would. He's a really good like that. He's not like that. He just knows how to save the dollar.
No, when I first got here, he was a big saver, but now he's just like one of the boys. He's not
he's a legend.
too
Honestly,
bad.
you can rely on.
And it's actually getting really shit, that stigma that kiddos doesn't pay for anything.
Yeah, because he does.
Because it's not really funny anymore.
Oh, thanks, George, man.
But he does like to save a little when he can.
I do.
If there's a way, he'll save a dollar. So
definitely,
I've devised a little game.
Oh, like this.
So I've put together a little game, and GB is going to play against you. So basically, I'm going to give you an item that you can find at any supermarket. And you have to tell me what the price is, and then the closest to the actual price, best out of 5 wins. All right?
Okay, I like this. Yeah.
I know you're like, your shop's usually Aldi down the road, but I've gone more generic at Coles. So I know.
Oh, mate.
Maybe a home ground advantage.
I should have put Woolworths or Aldi. What's going on here?
So yeah, hopefully we don't get in trouble for calling out their names, but who cares? All right, first item: free range, extra large eggs, a dozen, 12-pack. What are you going, kids?
$4.69 at Aldi, mate.
Yeah, but it's not Aldi.
Go, Jimmy.
$5.20.
Kiddo's got you there. $4.50. I was actually surprised.
Hey,
you
Wow.
man. Yeah. There you go.
Aldi's overselling you, mate. What are you doing?
Well, I'm obviously getting the organic free range, man. Don't worry about Aldi.
Yeah,
right?
true.
Yeah. So next, this is a bit more relevant this time with coronavirus. 20-pack of Quilton 3-ply white toilet paper.
Ooh,
20-pack.
like right now. George, you can go first this one because he's just going to go near me. You know what it's like.
I'm not sure with this one at all. $18.
All right.
Jeez, take a bank loan out, GB, mate. You're paying $18 for your toilet paper, buddy.
We'll see, bro. We'll see. Is it right now?
What?
I reckon I'm gonna go. I'll go $12.
Yeah, 10. Kiddo's got you again, mate.
$10 for 20.
Yeah, well, I just looked at the Coles website. I didn't go to Coles with a notepad.
George, wherever you're going, stop going.
No, actually, he's in Sydney. So could be pricey there.
Nah, he's in the Central Coast. Remember,
Oh yeah,
people are driving to his in minibuses and taking everything. You know, they're driving out to those regional areas. It's not very nice. Everyone, stop it if you're
They
listening.
just have the local corner store. They all have to. The next, this is a bit more.
Let's be honest. Was I ever going to win this game against someone like you?
No way.
He said $4.69 for the egg. He knows exactly what the price is.
Come on, keep it coming, Nato.
This is coming from the guy when I went to dinner with him a couple of months ago. He was like, "Oh, yep, the Shazlik's on special. I bought 20."
The what?
Chicken kebabs.
Mate, I'll give you my 3 best saving tips in a minute, but let's finish this game first.
Also up Kiddo's alley. Sorry, GB. Wonder White sandwich bread plus 7 vitamins and minerals. How much do you reckon that's for?
That's an everyday low price of $3.50, mate.
$3.49.
GB, congratulations.
Yeah.
$3.40.
Oh,
yeah.
I left it on my camera off because I couldn't believe he was almost bang on. I couldn't believe it.
Well, that George, mate.
Thank you.
Obviously, it's 2-1 kids. I like that strategy, GB. We'll go something that we'd have at training a fair bit. Hopefully, we get them for free now. Hang on. Emily's just messaged me on Facebook.
Oh, no. Emily, put your phone away.
What she said.
She said, don't give Ryan any ideas about the buying heaps of stuff. All right, next. This one's at training. Hopefully we can get some for free. We're giving them a plug here. The Remedy Raspberry Lemonade.
Oh, no.
4-pack, 250 milliliter cans.
The
4-pack.
kombuchas.
Yeah, the kombuchas. The
So a 4-pack in the can or in the bottle?
Can, the little one.
Yeah, George, you go first. Your turn.
$7.
Not bad.
Oh, yeah, I was going to go about $7.50.
Do I do when it's on sale for at the moment or the actual price?
That's on sale. That's whereabouts?
At Coles, it's at $6 at the moment, so I'll have to give it to
Oh, well done, Georgie.
Thank you very much.
What's the normal price?
Normal price $8.75.
Wow.
That's a good bargain, everyone out there right now.
Yeah, there you go. Go flood to the stores and butcher. Hopefully we get it for free. Hope Remedy's watching, so we go through them a fair bit of training.
So is this a tiebreaker, is it?
Tiebreaker.
Yes.
This is, George did go vegan for a bit, so this is not ideal. Free-range chicken breast fillet per kilogram. Chicken breast fillet at...
Where are we at?
So at the deli or whatever.
It's at Coles. So it's the packaged one per kilogram.
The packaged one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the big packet or the small packet, because they're different prices.
Per kilogram.
$7.90.
Per kilogram. $10.
Maybe it's $8.90 actually.
GB.
Thank you very much.
What's he?
$14 per kilogram, Coles.
No, what ones are you buying?
All right,
No,
relax,
per
man.
kilo. You'd get
Which
500
ones, Nato?
grams, bro, for like $7 or something.
Bro. No,
I just
way.
looked at... All right, I'll get it back up.
No, that's fine. Like, but which one are you buying? You're obviously buying the Lilydale or whatever.
Free
Yeah,
range.
Lilydale.
Free-range.
Far out. I didn't listen to that bit. You're never buying them, man. You just go to the service deli.
No. You buy the Lilydale, bro.
Why? Tell me why.
Because it's you know what?
You want your
It
chicken
is.
running around, man.
Here we go. Go on, George. Tell me.
I always buy the Lilydale. I
Good on
promise.
you, man. You're obviously on a bigger wicket than me. Well done, man.
What? Because I spend $2 more on a chicken.
No, mate, because I'm getting it for $7.90. All right. You're paying how much a kilo?
Yeah, but I only get 500 grams, so I'd be paying about $6.50, so I'm actually saving more than you.
Ooh.
No, because I'm getting more bang for my buck, dude. I got a kilo sitting in the fridge. You got 500 grams.
All right, guys. All right, relax. Kiddo, give us your 3 saving tips.
My 3 saving tips. Well, obviously, whenever I go to the supermarket, I'll always walk through the meat section and look for reduced stickers. If you get reduced stickers, doesn't matter if they only got 1 day on them because you can put them in the freezer. Tip number 1, that's probably the most important one because meat is a big money saver and everyone knows that. Tip number 2, this is for everyone out there who has Netflix, Stan, or any of those sort of platforms. So what you can actually do is if you keep an eye out on the catalogs, Woolworths and Coles put iTunes cards at 15% off. So what you do is you hook up your Netflix and Stan through your Apple account, and then you pretty much get Stan and Netflix at 15% off.
Wow.
So there's another tip for everybody.
Wow. No way. $11 a month. 15% off at $11.
You do, man. And you think about it, you add that up over a year, that's a couple of coffees right there.
I can't believe you've gone into this detail about this. I take it back.
Serious.
I actually take it back. Everyone can take the piss out of Kitto and our ideas because this is an actual joke, man. This is an actual joke. A single mother on welfare wouldn't know this much.
No, that's probably why I should write a book. But
number 3.
Tip number 3. What's another one? Oh, obviously, you collect your cans and bottles. Don't throw them out because you think about it. Every time you buy one of them, that's 10 cents off your thing right there. So that's another important one for me. And like, if you can buy the bigger one and you get more of something, so like obviously George is a bit silly because he's buying his 500 grams of chicken. If you can get something, buy it in home brand or something, and you can buy a bigger, then just buy the bigger one. Just keep it. Simple as that.
Oh, good. Thanks,
George. George, if you need to give me a call while you're at home, mate, just let me know, all right?
Nah, mate, not doing any shopping back here.
Oh, that'd be the dream.
The old girl's got it all.
Oh, so that's funny because when you lived here, Riley did it all, and now your mum's doing it all again.
Yeah,
Riley. You reckon
Riley. Riley's washing is still hanging up at there.
Got another thing coming, mate. Got another thing coming.
And GB, have you messaged some of the lads to come on or not?
Yeah. I've messaged a few of the boys, so hopefully a few of them are waiting at home ready to get on this call. So should we try it? Do you want to post it in the AUSC?
Yeah, post it in the group.
I don't have the link. Oh, actually, yeah, I do. Hold on.
I just sent it to you.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can get heaps of people on. All right, we got some of the lads on, all at home, doing the right thing, I hope. Steph's got his top off. I don't know. That's a
standard. It's so standard that day.
All
right.
Don't own any comps.
Nico.
Who have we got? We got Nico, Steph, Louis, and Elsie. Boys, can you tell us a bit about what you're getting up to in isolation?
Go, Nico, go.
Just trying to keep fit, mate. Obviously, there's nothing to do. Nothing to do. I don't know. Mickey keeps calling me, actually. Like, how do you make this go the other way? And I was like, and it goes, But he just doesn't get it, mate. Fucking those little kids' tools, mate. Anyway, I've been watching TV, Netflix. Watched a really good movie. I posted about it the other day. It was called something. It was like something along the lines of Miracle on the 7th.
Yeah. Anyway, next person,
right,
Louis. What have you been doing, mate?
Yeah, the same as Nicola, trying to keep fit. But I started all the Marvel movies again.
Oh,
nice. To do something when I'm bored. And I bought a new PlayStation. So yeah, it's going well.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good, man. He's good.
Can anyone else see what Steph's doing? Can anyone else see what Steph's doing?
Yeah. He's put in the car.
So, boys, I've just been doing a bit of training up here in Brisbane. Been doing some one-on-one coaching with some kids up here as well, and just doing a bit of tanning, Anyway.
Yeah, nice. Elsie, go on, champ.
Get your melon on screen, Elsie. You're muted.
Oh, is that better?
Yeah.
Nah. What have I been doing? I've been walking
You
my
haven't been
dog.
working out, that's for one. Dude.
Hey, George, relax,
Nah.
mate.
Go on.
Alright.
Walking my dog, watching TV, playing tennis, giving the boys a lesson in tennis. I moved Nick into his new house. I did that all by myself. So, yeah, not much.
Nice. All right.
Else, you did lose the tennis match though, so that's why he moved me in the house everyone because he lost the tennis match, and then that's why. Anyway,
How's the new
moving on.
house looking, Nick?
Yeah, it's not bad, bro. Still few stuff missing, but it's hard to fill a house when you're you can't go to the shops or anything, So
Yeah, true.
Yeah, fair enough. You thinking about getting another dog?
are you getting another dog else? Anyway,
Can we give background on that joke
Yeah,
again?
give some background, Nico.
hang on, Kitto's here as well. Kids,
Yeah, man. What's
what are you
up?
doing?
It's actually his
What have you been doing,
podcast.
kids?
Yeah, it's his
Yeah,
podcast.
you guys are stealing my time, so make it quick.
Anyway,
Give some background on your puppy, Nick.
hang on, technical issues.
Oh, get lost. Alright.
All right.
I can unmute him. Anyway, alright. We'll do that never have I ever thing. With all the lads.
Yeah, go on then. Let's get it done.
Alright, let's just do it. Never have I ever worn bibs in my hands at training so that I pull shirts.
So what do we have to do? We've done it?
If you've done it, put your thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Never have I ever played in someone else's boots. I have done that.
I've done
Stranger's
that.
not on here.
I did that at Central Coast last year.
Oh, yeah,
Izzo
no, you
took my boots out of the boot bag.
Can I tell my story about that?
Yeah, go on.
Nicola remembers that. Remember when I was playing at Central Coast? So basically, we're doing the warm up. My boot had a little. It was like in the youth team. Like Kits and I were in the same, and Nicola were there, and she would have been there too probably.
Yeah, I was
I
there.
remember this.
And then in the warm up, my boot completely ripped, and so my toes were like hanging out the side of the boot. And then everyone before kickoff was in like a panic, and like Cassio and everyone was playing with us. And they were like trying to like hand me boots and stuff like that. So I ended up playing in like one of the coaches' boots. Embarrassing. George, you forgot your boots this season too, eh?
Yeah, I just said that. Izzo took them out of the boot bag and I was stressing, man. But lucky we were exact same size, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. All right. So never have I ever skipped a set in the gym. Django's watching.
Nick.
To be fair, I think everyone has.
Well,
But
you do,
Nicola, you
thumbs
can
up.
put up about
Yeah.
100 thumbs up, mate.
George is the worst.
George skips his whole upper body session, eh?
Oh, yeah. Nicola, I've never seen someone do less gym in an hour than you, mate, and still look like you're doing something.
Nick, can you smell something coming through the phone?
Yeah, what was that? What was that?
What is that?
Oh, fuck off, God.
Never have I ever been hit by Straney's car.
Yeah, Strainer reversed into me last year and rode off my car. And I eeped at him when I was behind him as well. He has a reverse camera in that car as well, and he reversed straight into me.
He was probably drunk.
Never have I ever been scared of Isaac.
Elsie.
I'm scared of him, man.
I'm always scared of that.
Where's Elsie gone? That was
Sorry.
Right.
Just had to check who was behind me.
So what happened? What'd you do with him, What'd you do with Isaac that time that made him like chase after you?
I only threw a bit of tape at him. It just must have been the wrong morning. Throw a bit of tape.
No, I remember George trying to put him in a master lock once.
Oh, yeah. He said you can try a chokehold on me and you'll never like hold me down. So as I went to try, he didn't even let me like flex or like hold him at all. Like he didn't even let me get it in. He grabbed me, flipped me over his head and started pretending to bash me up when I was on the ground.
Dorigo, didn't he start on new ones?
Yeah, well, I walked in, touched his head, and then the rest is history, I think.
Kicked him in the head.
I just tried to get him on, but I don't know what he's doing. He must be doing something.
What a strategy
got-
on. His melon won't fit on his screen.
Do you know what he's been doing? He's been putting 7 jumpers on and going for a run.
Yeah, bro. He was showing me that. He's trying to learn how to lose the weight,
Yeah.
What's it called? Weight cut. He's trying to learn how to weight cut.
Yeah, he's lost his head.
Look, George was talking because he's in New South Wales.
All right, we'll go away from football. Never have I ever snuck into a movie. I genuinely haven't done that.
What was that one, Nate?
You haven't lived, mate.
Haven't snuck into a movie. Reading Cinema Special, Nico. Yeah, there he is. Never have I ever picked my nose and ate it.
Kiddo, Elsie.
Get
I
up.
don't think I have.
Can you get Taylor Egan on for me?
Oh,
Give
sorry.
a bit of background on that, Elsie. I think you're the one that brought up
Accusations.
that accusation.
Yeah, so Taylor Egan messaged me one night saying, "Bro, I have some news for you. It's a little bit full on." I was like, "What is it?" And he's like, "My mum was watching the Adelaide United game and came on to the bench, and Kitto was sitting on the bench picking his nose, and then he ate it on the big And he's denying it. He's denying it. But we have a lot of people in this team that deny it when they do things.
Hey, I'm
so
more than
that was
happy to see
surprising.
the footage, but whenever we've questioned, it just hasn't come up. So
Yeah, I think Regan's scared of you. That's why.
yeah, probably.
Only one person that's not scared of Regan. Caught one in pre-season.
Isaac.
Caught one in pre-season when we were playing that game. Keep it shoulder out of his career.
I don't know what that means, though. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, Carl,
Oh,
don't worry about it.
we'll cut that. We'll cut that.
We'll cut that out.
Nick, you don't get a say anymore, bro.
Hey, dude. That smell just
All
came
right,
back.
go on, Nath.
Oh, sorry, what happened? I just woke up.
I already made that joke, bro. You can't make it twice.
Never have I ever had a crush on a teacher at school.
I didn't have any, like,
Really? We
ones
had
to
one
crush
kid
on.
that was a
you know?
smoke. What's that half
Nah,
an
nah,
hour?
not really.
I don't know what
Huh?
a crush is.
Crush.
If you went to your class, you're like, oh, that teacher's pretty hot.
Nah,
Oh,
nah,
you
nah,
rated
there
it
wasn't
out.
any. All right. Well, is there any more, Nath?
No, not really good ones. I can't think. Anyone think of a good football one? I can't think of anything. Anyway, pants.
Nick, do you have anything?
Nicola, sick Nick.
Nicola's still cooking about us bringing up Murphy.
Yeah, I know. He's turned his camera off.
Yeah, sorry,
It's all right,
sorry
Nick,
about
man.
Put your camera
Hey,
on.
how's... What's he doing? Anyway, maybe we'll let you guys go. So just one by one, can you just give us a bye and like a catchphrase?
LC,
If you have anything about you, then you'll have a good one. If not, then...
I thought we were going to do carpool karaoke.
All right, let's go.
Jordan LC leaving. Just remember to suck the guts out of life.
He's gone.
What?
Louis, you're up.
I don't know any. Louis Dorigo. Goodbye for now.
Jesus Christ.
Cheers, guys. See ya.
Steph, don't drink and drive, kids. Don't go on your phone while you drive.
If you ain't first, you're last. See you, boys.
See ya, mate.
Last. All right, don't worry about Nick. Just kick him out.
Oh, man, this guy. Sick Nick.
He's offered nothing the whole time.
What would have yours been, George?
It doesn't need to be anything because I run the joint.
Kids, we'll just finish off. Like, usually I ask this to all the boys. I've asked it to everyone. What is one piece of advice you'd give to a young kid wanting to become a professional footballer?
My advice, I think I'm a big listener of the show. Obviously, Nathan, you do a great job. George, you occasionally offer something interesting, but everyone said a similar thing. But for me, the most important thing is you got to enjoy it. We try and remember like why you got into the game. Obviously, you know, times get tough and things get frustrating and things don't go the way you want them to go. And obviously people have opinions once you become to a professional level, whether that's coaches, fans, teammates. So it's just trying to block that all out and love football for what it is and enjoy it and do it for yourself, really.
That's good. That's really good. Similar to what everyone else is saying, AGB.
Yeah, it's just
Quite a common theme.
all about enjoyment, man. I think Kitto touched on it just then, which is a good point. Like, if you're not enjoying it when all the external stuff isn't on you, like when you're younger, then you're not going to get through it when all the external stuff is not going your way, you know? So I think enjoying what you're actually doing and staying in the now when you play is the most important thing for sure.
Yeah, man. All right, kids. Absolute pleasure having you and your lid on.
Maybe I'm just hiding a haircut.
Ooh.
But what's worse, the hat or the haircut?
Oh, well, I wouldn't know because you guys don't let me know.
Honestly, thanks for coming on, man. Taking time in your day.
Hey, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Kiddo, champ.
All right, boys.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
You have fun in Sydney, brother.
Take it easy.
Hey,
take it easy, boys.